So now let's think about how our heart is able to beat. We know that in our last activity, we needed to be able to breathe using our lungs, and that in order for us to be able to breathe, the whole purpose was bringing in oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide. But in order for that to have any benefit to our body, the oxygen and carbon dioxide has to get out to the rest of our body. And in order for that to happen, our heart has to pump the blood that's carrying the oxygen out to the rest of our body. So how is our heart able to do that? We know that our heart is a part of our circulatory system, but our heart can't just work by itself in order for the circulatory system to function. So it needs several other systems to help it be strong enough and capable of pumping. So let's start with our respiratory system. We know that every cell that makes up our heart, because hearts are organs and organs are made of cells, well, they're made of tissues and tissues are made of cells, that they have to have oxygen in order to do their jobs. That's part of cellular respiration. And they get that oxygen from the lungs, the respiratory system. So the respiratory system provides oxygen. To the cells of the circulatory system. But that's not it. They also have to have, in order to do cellular respiration, nutrients, and those nutrients come from our digestive system. So the digestive system provides nutrients to the cells of the circulatory system. So now our cells have oxygen and they have nutrients, oxygen and sugar, in order to be able to do their jobs. We also know that the heart its job is that it's a muscle, and so it has to contract and relax in order to pump the blood. So the heart is made of muscle, and it has to contract and relax to pump blood through the body. In order for it to be able to contract and relax, it has to know that it needs to contract and relax. So the nervous system sends messages in order to control how fast the heart is pumping. So the nervous system sends messages to control how fast the heart is pumping. And that's based on how much oxygen the body needs or how many more nutrients the body needs, which is determined by how much work your body is doing. So you noticed, hopefully, that when you were resting, your heart rate and your breathing was much slower than when you were using a lot of energy. Running, your heart rate was much faster, as was your breathing, because your heart pumps more to carry more oxygen, and if you're carrying more oxygen, your lungs need to breathe in more oxygen in order to get enough oxygen and also to get rid of enough of the carbon dioxide that it's breathing in. And finally, it has to be protected. If you're like me, you may trip and fall occasionally. And so two different ways that our skeletal system helps our circulatory system is one, the bones actually make blood in the bone marrow for the body to pump, but it also protects the heart. Our ribs and our sternum protect the heart. So our skeletal system has a major job to keeping our heart pumping as well.